We have the newest fake outrage story to report on, and it involves a company that helps people with snoring. And recently they put up a billboard that features a real-life American soldier hugging a Muslim woman, and they're supposed to be married. And it's supposed to be a product that helps keep them together. So let's take a quick look at the advertisement for the product, and then we'll discuss what the outrage is.
Good night.
Good night.
Hey, babe. How'd you sleep?
Really good. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
See you tonight.
Can we just talk about how necessary that product is? Like, I'm glad that products like that exist. You know, not that I have someone in my bed now, but later on, like if snoring is an issue, like I need to get my shut-eye. So I'm glad that there are products on the market that work.
Okay,
Maybe.
Now, if you're a decent human being, you might have been confused as to what the controversy was.
Definitely.
Like if I hadn't already read the article, I'd be like, wait, I guess I missed it. Was there something? Was there a ghost behind the curtain or something? What happened? What was the interesting part of that? Turns out, she was wearing a headdress. She's Muslim and he's in the military.
They're supposed to hate each other.
But how could that be a controversy? I mean, we're back to but we're back to the days where like a white guy and a black woman get married. Controversy. So what if a Muslim gets married to a military guy or a white guy or anybody? Like, we're back to those days?
Well, Fox News needed a panel discussion on this. Megyn Kelly had a number of people on the Kelly file to discuss this, and let's hear what they had to say.
Now, the company claims that the ad campaign features a real U.S. military veteran and his Muslim wife, or is based on them. Now, when the billboard was unveiled in San Diego, a big military town, there was a lot of anger. Even here in Los Angeles, there was significant pushback. And now, after being rejected for at least 4 months by an ad company in New York, there is now a billboard in Times Square just a few miles from Ground Zero.
Oh my God, a few miles from Ground Zero?
Is there no end to the stupidity? What difference does that make? Oh my God, she's a Muslim. You know, Muslims are allowed to be Americans. There's millions of Muslims who are Americans. So these guys, they're so unbelievably bigoted. Like what, a Muslim is not allowed anywhere near 9/11? And they're not allowed to marry white people or people in the middle? I mean, it hurts my head.
Yeah.
And the ad company didn't allow it in New York for 4 months. What do you mean you didn't allow it? I mean, we're right back into the deep bigotry that we thought we got past in the Jim Crow era in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and earlier. We're back 50, 70 years now.
I had so little outrage in my response to watching that video that all I could focus on was the Zanku chicken that the billboard was on top of. I was like, chicken, that sounds really good. So we have a second video. Let's take a look at that.
Now, the reaction online is pretty evenly split, but those who are angry, especially military families, are livid, including this, quoting, "Have you people lost your minds? Do you even know what soldiers with post-traumatic stress disorder go through on a daily basis? All the progress my husband and many other veterans have made will be wasted by the effect seeing this billboard would do to their mental state." The ads have also run here in Los Angeles on some local television stations, and the company is now hoping, Megyn, to put up 20 more billboards across the country, but Florida and Texas have already told the company, no thank you.
No, thank you. Oh my God, that's amazing.
They did it. Mission accomplished. They left me speechless.
I know.
I can't believe Florida and Texas won't allow that billboard. And what is that insane woman saying? That her husband is a walking time bomb? If he sees a Muslim, he's going to explode? And all the effort was wasted? Oh my God, there's a Muslim here! Kabloom! Right?
I didn't know that the effort was to get Americans to hate Muslims. I mean, it did succeed with some people in the country, but...
And the great irony is, the excuse we used to go into Afghanistan and Iraq was to liberate all those Muslims.
Yep.
And now, if you even show one that's married to an American, people think, well, that'll trigger my PTSD. And I can't, it's so outrageous that there would be an ad where an American is married to a Muslim. You people are despicable, man. You're the worst kind of bigots. Look, you know what? You don't want to walk next to that billboard. I don't want to walk next to you. Okay? I'm agnostic. I can't stand any of the religions. Just to drive you nuts, I'll go back to Islam. Okay? Look, you know, it's a stupid story, right? In that they've created this controversy around this thing. But it actually really pissed me off.
Yeah, I mean, it should piss you off because you see that kind of propaganda on Fox News and it kind of fuels the fire against Muslims. It's so unnecessary. Like, so what? So companies are supposed to support hatred between Americans and Muslims? Is that what they're calling for?
Yeah, I mean, I guess even after all these freaking stories we did, I have underestimated the level of vitriol and hatred in this country. I mean, there's a sizable chunk of people who think that Muslims and what I don't even know how to characterize the dude. White guy, an American, a soldier, whatever, that they shouldn't get married. That blows my mind. Does that blow your mind? I mean, can you imagine if they said, well, I'm outraged, and whole states or corporations said, well, obviously you can't put up an American soldier getting married to a fucking Jew, right? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the reaction that would have, right? But we're right there, man. I mean, fucking Tom Perkins talking about crystal locked, okay, about the 1%. What are you fucking talking about? Here it is. Here it is where, like, people are saying if you've got a Muslim married to a white guy, that shouldn't be allowed in an ad. That shouldn't be allowed in an ad. Who are we discriminating against? I wonder if it's a 1% or if it's Muslims. God, I don't know, man, it struck home for me. They hate us. And when I say us in this case, my family's Muslim, man. My mom is Muslim. You hate her this much? I mean, my kids are going to be raised agnostic. But let's say that I decided to raise Joy Muslim and she got married to a white person and then she had to deal with this bullshit. Mm-hmm. It's the year 2014. Now, look, if you say it in regards to certain groups, now you'll get in trouble. They don't even get in trouble for this. There's going to be no trouble. There's going to be no problem at Fox News. There's going to be no problem for the companies that rejected that ad. There's going to be no, they're fuck them. They're Muslims. Now, okay, if that idea, and forget my family, I swear to you, it's not because I grew up in a Muslim family, okay? You do that to anybody. That means once you've opened that door, there's no end to that door. Then look at what they do to Mexicans, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, they dropping the anchor babies, and you know who was that? Jay Severin in Massachusetts. All they do is carry disease into this country. They're like vermin. That's 1930s Germany, right? So it's okay for the Muslims, and it's okay for, most of the time for Mexicans. And then the list gets added to and added to and added to. But then when they came for you, it was too late, mm-hmm. right? Look, I don't want to get overly dramatic. On the other hand, I've never seen bigotry this absolutely stone cold clear. Mm-hmm. Where people, because there's usually, I guess what I'm driving at is, usually they have an excuse. They say, oh, right, well, it's not that she's Muslim, it's something else.
Right, but here it's just because she's Muslim.
Yeah, here there's no excuse at all. Yeah, we fucking hate Muslims. We hate them. And we hate it if an American gets married to them. What do we kill all those Muslims in Iraq for if they're just going to come here and get married to our boys?